Hi, this is James from Tabletop Gaming Guild, and today we're going to take a look at Disney's The Haunted Mansion. This is published by Funko Games, and this is a 2 to 6 player game that doesn't take very long to play, about 30 minutes to play. Let's go ahead down to the table here. I'll give you a general idea how the game plays, and then we'll come back and I'll give you my final thoughts. Alright, so this is Disney's Haunted Mansion. In Disney's Haunted Mansion, you get several different components. We have a haunt box over here, which is going to be this little box of haunt cards here. It comes with a lid, which is really cool. You also have the first player marker. You have 2 of these bidding dials that you're going to use to duel in the game. There's going to be, here's event cards, and you're going to have your ghost cards right here. And here's every player is going to get an action card. Oh wait, there's another one of the event cards in here. So to set up the game, you're going to set it up as seen right here. You're going to put all your little markers out here. You're going to put all these decks out. You're going to shuffle them all up. We're going to do something with these event deck in a second. You're going to put the hitchhiking ghosts, which these are glow in the dark, by the way, in the crypt here. And let's go ahead into how you're going to set up the event deck. For this event deck, you're going to go ahead and find the final round card. So here's the final round card right here. So I have the final round card, and then I am going to shuffle these up, and I'm going to remove cards equal to the player count. So let's say I'm playing with 4 players. I'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I would take 3 cards. I would shuffle in the final round card, and I would place that on the bottom of this deck, and that generates the event deck. Each player is going to get one of these little player pieces, and like I said, so if you pick green, you would get one of the little handy-dandy cheats, shows you all your actions you could do with that color. All right, so the game itself here is going to play round after round after round until we get to the final event card, and then that'll be the final round, and then scoring is going to be done. The person with the most points is going to win, and what you're going to look for in scoring is going to be sets of the ghost cards that you get, and however many of the haunt cards they got. And the haunt cards are bad, so each player is going to look and total up the haunt value by adding up all their haunt cards. The player or players, if tied, with the highest haunt value checks which ghost type, which is the cards type so that you get over here, which I'll show you in a minute, they have the most of, and then they have to discard all those cards. So you could lose a lot of points by having the most haunt cards. So there's a little bit of a push your luck in here on how many of those haunt cards you'll see in a minute that you're going to be willing to take to get what you want throughout the game. So how do you play each of the rounds of the game? Well, each of the rounds of the game goes into 2 phases. There's an event phase and an action phase. In the event phase, you're going to draw the top event card. So when we look at it, there's a couple pieces of information that are important in here. This is going to be which direction the hitchhiking ghosts move. And after putting the ghost in the mansion, move all cards in rooms adjacent to the hitchhiking ghost into their room. So this is an event plus something that happens. So let's show you how that works out. So I have my event card. I flipped it over. That's the event for the round. I'm going to move the hitchhiking ghost. So I'm going to move the hitchhiking ghost the number of indicated spaces. Now, if you're in the outer room, which I'm going to show you in movement in a second, and the hitchhiker ghosts start here, you're not going to get a haunt card. However, if I'm like right here on this outer room and not in the seance room, and the hitchhiking ghosts go past me or land on me, I am going to get a haunt card. If the hitchhiking ghosts go past you, you get 1 card. If the hitchhiking ghost, let's say this player was right here, ends in the room that you're in, you get 2 haunt cards instead of 1. So that's one of the ways you're going to get the haunt cards. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to put the ghost cards in the mansion. You're going to draw ghost cards equal to the number of players plus 3. All right, so I said we're doing a 4-player game, so we're going to remove these 2. As you can see, you can go up to 6 there. So that means we are going to draw 7. Can't count today. 7 of these cards. All right, we're going to start by placing 2 of the cards in with the hitchhiking ghosts, and then 1 going clockwise here around the room. Now, depending on the player count, it could mean that not all this gets filled, or you're going to wrap around a little bit, but that's how you're going to place out the ghost cards. Now you're going to read the condition of the event. So after putting the ghosts in the mansion, move all ghost cards in rooms adjacent to the hitchhiking ghosts into the room. So this event will trigger, and that'll mean these 2 ghosts go here. So these rooms will now not have ghosts in them. That is it. That's what you do repeatedly in the event phase. So every round when the event phase occurs, you're going to go through those steps and resolve a new event card. After that, everyone gets to do the action phase. So everybody gets to play out their actions and before the next round. All right, so let's go over what actions you can do. On your reference sheet right here, you have all the actions you can do. You can take up to 3 actions per turn, and they could be the same action. You can move to an adjacent room, so I can move like here, I can move back into the middle, and I can move like wherever I want there. So I could move 1 adjacent space. The other thing I can do is I can rotate the endless hallway. I can rotate it as much as I want, but I have to end where I have, so let's say I moved 1, and that's for some reason I want to move that. There, I'm now in the room with hitchhiking ghosts, and I have access to those cards, which I'll show you here in a second. But you can rotate that as much as you want for 1 action here. Collect, you could collect a ghost card from your room. So I could take a look at these, and what you're trying to do is you're trying to collect more of each of these cards. They all score differently, so if I have 1 of these green cards, I'm going to get 1 point. If I have 2 of them, I'm going to get 4 points. If I have 3, I'm going to get 9 points. If I have 4, I'm going to get 16. If I have 5, I'm going to get 25 with this specific card. If I pick this one, if I have 1 of them, I have 0. If I get both of them, I have 7 points. And it just happens, out of luck, that there's a pair right there that I could pick up. And it's 1 action point per one that I pick up, but I have 3 action points available per turn, or per round. This one here, draw a card from the ghost deck. When you collect this card, and it's just simply 1 point at the end of the game. There's a lot of different cards you can get in here. So this guy here, this one's another set collection. If I have 1, it's 3. If I have 2, it's 0. If I have 3, it's 12. And these are all the red cards. You can tell by the symbols on here, which is how they're going to get set collected, even if they have different art on them. This one here, if I have 3 of the axes, I'm going to get 15. If I have all of these, a set of all 4, I'm going to get 18. So that's pretty nice. So there's a bunch in here. That's about all of them here. This is 2 points plus 2 points per hat. This lady's collecting hats. Here's one with the bomb symbol, where you can see where you're trying to collect sets of all those different types. This one's similar to the other one, where you just get 2 points, but you get an ability. So those are all the different ghost cards. You're trying to collect these. So for an action, I could take this one if I wanted to start collecting those. And that's the collect action. We're going to skip that for a second. We're going to go over discard. If you're in the seance room, you can discard a haunt card once per turn. So if I'm in here and I picked up this is a seance room in the middle, I'm not connected to any other room, I can discard any of those haunt cards that I gained. These haunt cards have different values on them. I think it's 1 through 3. And they're random which one you're going to get. You just draw it up, and that's what you have. And this becomes important for dueling. When you're going to do dueling, you're going to attempt to steal a ghost card from a player in your room once per turn. So what you're going to try to do is you're going to randomly select how many haunt cards you're willing to draw to steal this card from the other player. And the player is going to randomly select, not randomly, they're going to select on this dial, the other dial, however many they're willing to pick up to keep the card. If there's a tie, the defender wins. If the attacker has said they're going to take more haunt cards than the defender, everyone will get those haunt cards that they said they would do, and they would get that card. And in a really quick nutshell, that is how you play the Haunted Mansion Call of the Spirit game. So you can see that your main goals are going to be just to recap, going to be to get these set cards. You're going to play over rounds until this final round card is pulled. You're going to finish your round and then score up the game. The Hitchhiking Ghosts give you haunt cards. You can get haunt cards from dueling. You're safe from getting haunt cards if you're in the seance room, but if you're in the outer rooms, you're at risk of getting the haunt cards. One of the really cool actions you can do on the turn is just moving this. This is actually a really nice thick piece of cardboard that is dual layered, so it's going to last a long time with that movement. And that, like I said, is about it. That's how you're going to be playing the game. Let's go ahead back up the table here and I'll give you my final thoughts on Disney's The Haunted Mansion Call of the Spirit game. Okay, so Disney The Haunted Mansion. Let's start off with component quality. Component quality in this game is really good. I like it a lot. The miniatures that are inside them are going to be a nice, like the player pieces are a little rubbery. They're going to be very durable. So this is a kid's game, so they're going to be able to throw them around and whatever. They're not going to break anything. And I like the Hitchhiking Ghost. That one's really cool. And it can glow in the dark. You know, that part, meh. But it's a neat, because they're ghosts. Why not have them glow in the dark? I really like the how thick the board is too. That's right, really nice thickness. And I really like the dial in the middle. I think they did a really good job with that too. It's nice and thick there because you're going to be moving that a lot in the game. So I don't think it's going to wear down anytime soon. And the cards are great. All that component quality is great for this game. Really good component quality for what you pay for this game too. So it's very high return on, like, I guess investment, but basically it's good component quality. The game overall is very simple. It's going to be like a set collecting game that's going to be a little hectic and frantic as you go through, and you're trying not to get those ghost cards, and you're trying to complete your sets and do all these different things before the end of the game, which does occur pretty quickly in this game, which I like for a kid's game, because 30 minutes doesn't seem like a lot, but for a kid's game that can be a long time. This game is very engaging because people do care what they're doing on the turns. Their turns are very simple for the different options that they have, so I do appreciate that too. Just overall a good kids game. So what range do I think of kids for this? What is this book? What does this say? It says 8 and up. I think that's about right. Yeah, I think that's about right. Around there, 8 to 12 is probably where this game would be best. It is a little bit of a simpler game, but it's going to teach a lot of really cool mechanics that are good to learn for playing bigger games. So where this might be a bit of a stretch maybe for 8-year-olds, it's good to grow into and learn and get all those different strategies for the set collection and all the different things that you can do throughout the game. It's really good design and really engaging, and just in that, I would highly recommend it if you're looking for a kid's game for around that age group. It's a good pick. Older than that, I don't know, I don't know that, I'm going to be sitting down and we're going to play, let's play Haunted Mansion with a whole bunch of older gamers on there. But if I have my kids there and they're looking for a game, yeah, sure, we'll pull this out and play it, and everyone has fun. So that's my thoughts on Disney The Haunted Mansion, published by Funko Games. Thank you for watching.